Hey, what's up everyone? Sam Carlson with another Esports Bulletin, episode 18. This is a catch-up episode since I was gone on vacation for 4th of July, and then I was hoping to get back on the weekend and make a couple of these episodes, but I had bachelor party and I was like super hungover yesterday, so basically I'm just doing this as a catch-up for July 2nd through the 8th. So there was a hell of a lot of news, so I'm gonna run through this pretty quick. In terms of headlines, HLTV.org reported that the annual eStars Seoul tournament set for July 27th through the 29th of this year will not have Counter-Strike 1.6. Of course, this comes after events like WCG and IEM made similar announcements, so yeah, that long-standing title is just kind of going down and down and down. According to the same source, organizers are opting to replace Counter-Strike with titles like Tekken Tag Tournament 2 and League of Legends, which I thought was kind of weird choices. I mean, League of Legends is popular, but I mean, like, they're replacing the FPS title with like two totally different genres. But whatever. You can read more about that on HLTV.org. I say Nazzle just for short, but NESL has announced 5 guest casters for their grand finals. There will be the normal lineup of Mr. Bitter, Rotterdam, Frodan, and Greetorp, and the guest casters will be Day 9 in Control, Idra, Cadium, and Elemental. Cadium and Elemental specifically will be focusing on the French stream for the WCS Canada Nationals. These finals are scheduled for July 14th and 15th. And as a part of this grand final event, they will also be doing an NASL Tribes Tournament and a CSL Canadian Championships. More on NASL.tv. Major League Gaming made a number of announcements regarding their summer and fall schedules. First off, Fighting Games, the Fighting Games Invitational Arena is scheduled for August 10th in New York City. They'll be playing Mortal Kombat and Soul Cal 5 on the PlayStation 3. Both games will also make the Summer Championships, which are happening August 24th through the 26th in Raleigh, North Carolina. I forgot how you say that. Anyway, the League of Legends Summer Arena qualifiers kick off tomorrow for both North America and Europe. You can earn the teams or whatever will be earning a place at the arena event August 3rd through the 5th in New York. I'm not sure if you can still sign up for this, though. I think the registration might be closed. Okay, and finally, MLG announced their fall schedule with 3 arenas, 1 each for StarCraft 2, League of Legends, and Fighting Games, along with the Fall Championships. You can find all this at MajorLeagueGaming.com. Alright, now for event news. There were a ton of events that happened. I'm not going to cover the tournament results and stuff. You can find that on SpawnRoom.com, or you can basically go anywhere and find all that event coverage. If you want to know exactly what events went on, though, you need to go to SpawnRoom.com and click on the calendar link at the bottom bar, and you can find out basically everything that went on. Okay, starting this off, the Electronic Sports League, or ESL, have announced Go for CSGO. You may be familiar with Go for LOL or Go for Han, Go for Dota tournaments or whatever. They're doing one for Global Offensive, which will be a series of weekly and monthly cups. There will be small prize pools every week with a larger prize pool for the monthly tournament. And the first iteration of these cups actually started yesterday, so yeah, I guess these are ongoing. Again, I'm not sure if you can still sign up for them. I don't know if it's like you need to have already signed up and you can compete in all the cups, or if you can just like sign up and do it next week. So I guess you'd have to take a peek at that. The only requirements are you must already have a beta key. They will not be giving out beta keys. But other than that, it's open to everyone. So you can go check that out at ESL. In 2 days, signups close for the ETF2L 6v6 Nations Cup for Team Fortress 2. Group stages begin July 16th and will be running all the way till September, when where the finals are happening September 3rd through the 9th. You can check that out at etf2l.org. In enemy territory news, a Netherlands tournament called Warriors of the Windmill, which seems appropriate, has been announced for this July. They're only accepting 8 teams at this event, but they're hoping to assuming this is successful, host future events with more teams and prizes and all kinds of stuff like that. So that's cool. They also mentioned that they want to get people acquainted for the Adroit's Land that was mentioned in episode 12. And that's happening in October, if you didn't hear. The OGN Star League has launched its inaugural StarCraft 2 season. That's pretty big news. This July basically marks a very important moment in StarCraft and esports history. They had only done Brood War stuff up until this point, and now they're switching to StarCraft 2 and giving GSL, I guess, a little competition and stuff, so that's cool. Alright, in team and player news, let's start this off. Back in episode 11, I mentioned that pro player Nada was retiring from StarCraft 2. That was basically all over the place. He cited a variety of real-life reasons. There's military, he said there's like health reasons and family issues and stuff like that. So he was choosing to retire. In a recent statement, though, he said that he will be joining Team MJ, or MJ Team, I guess, a newly formed endeavor supported by S-Culture clothing brand. Nada said that he will not be playing but taking on a managerial role to mentor his pupils. Team Fnatic announced that they will be adding Dutch protest player Kevin Harmstem de Koning to their StarCraft 2 academy. Harmstem formerly played for Team Mouse Control and has a history in Warcraft 3. Following up with roster change mentioned in episode 17, Absolute Legends has decided to drop their entire LoL team due to irreconcilable differences between the team and the organization. So in episode 17, I mentioned that they lost their player Kiki to like Game Hoppers, I think it was. So then the team decided to just kick another player, I guess, without informing Absolute Legends or anything, which is obviously probably, I would assume that's not allowed on most teams. So Absolute Legends then decided to just drop them, especially since they hadn't signed a contract earlier. And yeah, so now that roster is out, and Absolute Legends will probably be looking to replace them. Ezreal Gaming, I think that's how you say it, has decided to drop their Danish team, formerly known as, well, actually now they're known as Wikipediats, because they're not with Ezreal anymore. And this comes after missing DreamHack Summer and losing their star player Martin Trace Helt to Fnatic. Now Wikipediats are looking for a sponsorship to help get them to GameGoon 2012 in late July. Team Acer's Polish League of Legends roster replaced Overpow, Zaxxas, and Erotic with Pookie Style, Super Aze, and Cleaver, whatever. The new roster got an immediate test of skill with the 4PL June final, where they took first place, so that's really cool. Congrats to that new roster and their success. Okay, next up, Druid Esports has picked up a Heroes of Newerth team, the 90s. The 90s have shown recent skill in DreamHan BYOC qualifier and the Raid Call Han Cup number 3. However, this acquisition is held with some skepticism, since Druids has been known to kind of exploit teams by signing really short contracts right before an event. People were saying, like, they'll do that, they'll basically try and get, like, I guess, tournament winnings, and then they'll just not support the team anymore, so... yeah, obviously that's behavior that shouldn't be supported. Alexander Weaker has left Trademark Esports, leaving their Heroes of Newerth roster one man short. However, there doesn't appear to be much details in regards to this change. Basically just said he left, and they're not sure why, or if they're going to replace someone right away, or replace him right away. Red Bull has taken another step into esports by directly sponsoring StarCraft 2 team StarTale from South Korea. On top of this, Team MVP has gained a sponsorship deal from Lettechislung Ltd, subsidiary of Latte or whatever, the energy drink maker that makes Hot 6. So, why in the world everyone has such confusing names? Like, every esports name is like so hard to say. Ugh. Lastly, for team and player news, former MYM player Daniel X-Lord Spence announced that he will be returning to StarCraft 2 full-time after receiving a direct sponsorship from XMG. He made the announcement this past weekend at the Home Story Cup 5. Alright, in patch news, Valve has announced a couple new items in regards to Dota 2. First being that there are 2 latest champions to hit the test client, Disruptor and Undying, so definitely want to go check those 2 out. They've also enabled Rubik, Wisp, and Luna in Captain's Mode, along with a whole bunch of like patch fixes and champion fixes and stuff. And they've also implemented additional server clusters in Northern Europe and Russia. Apparently there was some shout-outs for them doing that, and they went ahead and launched some servers, so that's cool. In League of Legends, Jace, the Defender of Tomorrow, has been revealed as the 100th champion, which should be released tomorrow, I believe, is when they normally do patches, so cool. Alright, finally in miscellaneous news, in episode 14 I mentioned an annual $10,000 scholarship provided by Shuriken.com as part of their EVO 2012 event. Now following suit, Twitch TV and Alienware announced 5 $10,000 scholarships up for grabs, so that's really cool. Requirements for the entry are, you must obviously be in college, you must be a good student, I think they said like a 3.0 GPA or higher, and must have a high level of achievement in a game of choice. And they had like a breakdown of what that meant. Basically like be a pro or have a really strong following on stream or something like that. Registration must be submitted by August 15th, and the committee will select the winners on August 31st. More on Twitch TV, twitch.tv. This isn't technically news, but it's kind of cool. Mauricio Romano submitted the winning submission for SRK's, or Shuriken.com's, arcade stick crossover contest. It's actually pretty cool. If you've ever seen, they make fighting game like console sticks or whatever that basically does the arcade style play or whatever. He made one for StarCraft 2, so that's a pretty neat contest. I looked at it; it was pretty cool. Owner of Russian organization Moscow 5, Dmitry Dims, whatever, Smilinets, has been arrested by the FBI's cybercrimes unit in the Netherlands. Apparently he was on vacation and they nabbed him there. He is believed to be involved in online credit card fraud totaling $205 million. His nickname within the organization is Dmitry the Brave, and apparently he is actually the leader of the organization, so that's actually pretty crazy. You don't hear about esports, team owners and stuff that get arrested by the FBI very often. So, however, this apparently will not affect the actual teams that are competing in tournaments. They are just going to keep going along, practicing and competing. So, yeah, I'm not sure what's going to happen to that dude. So that kind of sucks. Okay, and finally, very quickly, PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale has a release date for October 23rd of this year. So get ready for that sweet-looking PlayStation 3 game. Okay, that wraps up this catch-up episode. I will be making a normal episode now, probably maybe tonight or tomorrow sometime. So keep an eye out for that. As always, thanks for watching, and yeah, see you next time.